Good evening, everybody. Hi. Welcome to this exclusive meeting of our SPJMR family on its 40th Foundation Day. I am Vinita Dwivedi, and along with my friend and colleague Ratika Gore. Hi, Ratika.
Good evening.
So we will go down the memory lane in this 1 hour and celebrate the SPJMR. So last year was the first time we took the celebration online, if you remember, due to the pandemic lockdown. This year is no different. But we realized that this format works very well for our alumni to take part as well. So here we are, celebrating 4 decades of SPJMR, the place which illuminates the future of many with experience and wisdom of the past. Straight off, I will bring in Associate Dean Dr. Vasant Shivaraman to start the conversation about the legacy and the future. Vasant?
Yes, thank you, Vinita. Good evening, friends. Greetings, and welcome to our Foundation Day. This time last year, we had turned 39, and we viewed ourselves as being youngish. We are now 40, and I'm reminded of the work of Eddie Degas. He studied organizations and saw that a typical MNC had a lifespan of 40 years. Other organizations, of course, had a much shorter lifespan. Now that we are 40, the interest is to know what makes for a storied organization with a long life. He described what he called living organizations as a community and not just an economic machine. Such organizations are built around people rather than just financial assets. SPJMR is built around people. We have wonderful students who graduate and then go on to build a reputation for themselves and for the institute. The staff and faculty have over the years built SPJMR from an organization to an institution. Allow me to pause and look at where we are and a bit of our journey to here. Our mission has been deeply rooted and built around influencing practice and promoting value-based growth. This is reflected in the core of our activities all through and still serve as guideposts when we have key choices to make. Our students represent the 5 strokes that stand for authentic, dynamic, grounded, innovative, and socially sensitive. In my 18 odd years, I have seen many things unfolding at the Institute, my time at the Institute. Infrastructure for one, of course, a growth from the main academic block to a new academic block, the IT Tower, and now, of course, what I may say, the new academic block, the new addition to the family. The same is true for expansion at hostels. We now have about 1,000 odd persons, including staff and students, anytime on campus. We have had quite a journey building a distinctive range of activities, centers, and programs, both full-time and modular. On accreditations, we now also have AMBA and ACSB, what some may term the gold standard. On rankings, we are now FT number 36 globally and number 3 in India, shared jointly with IIM Bangalore. At 40, we have a strong base and much to look forward to. I recall some years back a statement at a panel discussion that the expansion and launch, both of the existing IIMs and the new IIMs, the expansion and launch would block the path for schools like SPJMR. That panelist could not have been more wrong. We have stayed true to our core, strengthened our uniqueness, and are now positioned for much that is possible ahead. Even while we are in an unusual environment with challenges of providing the SPJMR experience online, there are also opportunities that we look forward to. The regulatory environment is set to liberalize and open paths for growth, both in scale and in scope. Even as there is a likelihood of new entrants, more new entrants, we would like to view competition as a way to, as some may say, grow the pie. While this may not be true in some large overseas markets, for a country like ours, there is much to do on the path ahead. Much of the achievements on the path to where we find ourselves today is due to the commitment of the family, the SPJIMR family, a strong legacy of, among other things, citizenship and excellence. Friends, on this note of bright optimism for time to come, I thank you all and extend my congratulations on this momentous occasion. Thank you again.
Thank you, Vasant, for setting the tone. It was lovely to hear from you for the first time in our SPJIMR Day celebrations. As we are evolving, we are doing new things. So on this day today, as we are all aware, UK's then Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher laid the foundation stone of our institute. Here you can see her in this picture with S. Ramakrishnan, the then Director General of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. That day, she had said, the decision to introduce a postgraduate course in management studies is, in my view, an excellent and far-sighted one. No institution, however large or small, can hope to succeed without capable management. And applauding Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, she had said, Bhavan gives recognition to the need for specialized management training. And I feel confident that the achievement of the Bhavan in all its fields of endeavor will be repeated in this Institute of Management. I wish you all success, unquote. And wasn't she right about that? I will now ask our senior professor, Dr. Sesha Iyer, to talk a little bit more about this. Sir.
Thank you, Vinita. When you showed the photograph of our Ramakrishnan, he is called Sundaram Ramakrishnan. He is from Trichur. I recollect some of the things what Dr. Srikanth has told me about the starting of SPJIMR, about Ramakrishnan. Ramakrishnan was a legendary figure, I tell you. If you ask somebody what is the meaning of Karma Yogi, I will say Ramakrishnan was a real Karma Yogi. He started as a PA to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Then afterwards, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel gave his services to our Munshi, who was the founder of our SPJIMR and the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, founder of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. And from there, he became secretary and the Director General of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan and served Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan for 50 years. And I had opportunity to meet him, not while in SPJIMR, but much before. And I tell you, such a simple, humble person, very courageous, and able to connect with anybody, talk to anybody. He can talk to a driver, a cleaner, a chief minister, or a prime minister, or a president of India, or any other country. He is with everybody, and real Karma Yogi. And if you see his ability and connectivity, I tell you, all our institution, you know, the Bhavans College, which was started in 1946, that building you see here, that was inaugurated by Sardar, Dr. Radhakrishnan Foundation Stone, and inaugurated by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. And our Sardar Patel College of Engineering, inaugurated by Jawaharlal Nehru. Ramakrishnan can get anybody. So, SPJIMR has got a big heritage through the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. And the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, the guiding principle is get knowledge and accept knowledge from everywhere, integrate the cultural heritage of India together, and whatever we do, have a value, Vedic-based value system in place as our foundation, and actively engaging in the many activities. So we have got 230 institutions, and we remember that the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan is the single public trust with the largest number of educational institutions in India. And somebody asks, who owns? It is the India. It is no wonder that it is recognized as an institute of national eminence. So we are all proud to be part of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. And then Dr. Srikanth used to tell me, he came when Dr. C. Subramaniam, the ex-finance minister and governor of Tamil Nadu, he was the president of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. At that time, our C. Subramaniam and Ramakrishnan requested Dr. Srikanth to take SPJIMR and gave him full freedom. You do, and whatever you like, already permission is given. And he transformed SPJIMR. And all of us know the way he designed program. And initially when I joined, I used to come in 1997 here as a visiting faculty. Then I see Dr. Srikanth sitting beneath the tree, surrounded by around 12, 15 students. And we go inside, there were professors like our Narvekar was there, Murthy sir was there, Kshirasagar there, Harshamohan there. And we said if we go to office, our Sunita is there, Varshavara is there. And no AC, nothing, very simple, because the money was less also and frugality was the main thing. And people were doing a dedicated service with all sincerity. That was the main thing. And he developed a program, which I can tell was a pioneering, maybe the first, maybe very sure, maybe first of its kind in India. Whether it is FMB, whether it is a collaborative EMBA program and 1-year program, were all new programs. Then the time was, we started with a social sector program and the GMB later. And after his time, the momentum that he continued took us again, and we started MPW and also the fellowship program, and our progress continues. So when we look back, the SPJMR has done a lot, and things have changed. See, our buildings have changed, new buildings come, renovation will also change our face. But Munishi used to say, an organization is not only the building and structures, they are the dedicated work of the people in it. And not only that, people and may also come and go. The people, when I joined in 1997, many of the people are not here now. And after, when SPJMR celebrates the 50th day, 100th day, we may not be there. But there is something called that SPJMR continues, like a river, like a Ganga. The water comes and goes, but Ganga is always there. The DNA is there. What is governing us? Our sensitivity, non-centeredness, and all the items he brought now, whether it is a science of spirituality, experiential learning, the social sector training, the art map, all were unique. And that all have, all of us know who have been working there. We are very grateful to the great visionary and the SPJMR. We became teachers. We were able to serve better. We got a purpose in life through working in the SPJMR. So at this occasion, we thank Bharatiya Vidyavan and all the people who have laid the foundation and put us here. And I hope that this service, this solemn occasion, we pledge that we continue with our service of doing a dedicated service of the educational institution and bring SPJR up and up, creating large number of dedicated people who will change India. So I wish a great success and a great time ahead to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sesha sir. It's so lovely to hear from you. You are a treasure trove of information, and it is wonderful. It's really charged us up. I just want to say that today's meeting is not a webinar, it's a meeting format. So everybody can be seen. So if you can, do switch on your videos. If you'd like, you can also put a little Zoom background which says on this banner. We are sharing it on the chat. And we also see a lot of alumni who have joined us today in this special day. And I'm going to ask Ratika now to take over.
Thank you, Vinita. It's always a pleasure to invite and see alumni with us on our campus events. So I'd like to, first of all, introduce Madan Patki. He's an alumnus of PGDM, class of 1999, my junior and a dear friend. Can we please put him also in spotlight? I know he's a shy guy, but we need to put him on spotlight. Thank you. Okay. So I found him on Wikipedia, and there was so much to say about him, but I'm going to make it very short. He's a notable entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, strategic advisor to UNICEF India, and president at TIE Bangalore. Some of his ventures that he co-founded are One Bridge, which is a village commerce network for rural consumers. Head Held High Foundation is a non-profit that works towards youth transformation. GAME, which is Global Alliance for Mass Entrepreneurship, is another one of his ventures. And Merit Track, which is India's first skills assessment company and was acquired by Manipal Education. I believe he is currently learning or trying to learn Hindustani classical music, Madan, for your son. And I quote, in alternate life, he would love to be a stand-up comedian. Madan, I would definitely buy that ticket if you do pursue that dream. So good to have you here, Madan. So if you just could say hello, and then we'll...
Thank you. Thank you so much. No, this is indeed an honor to be here, and listening to Professor Sesha Iyer, I was transported back to 97. I think, sir, you used to come as a guest faculty to SPJ and I think do the classes, take the classes for us. Such a pleasure, and it doesn't feel like 24 years. It just feels like yesterday that we were at the campus. I was telling, it was such a pleasure to see Jayashree as well. And I was telling her, every time I see my son playing games, I remember her catching us playing games, video games at the new computer lab that was inaugurated in 96, 97. So the memories are still so fresh, and it feels, 40 years, as Dr. Vasant was saying, is a blip in the timelessness that we live in. But there's so much that SP has done to us and to me, and there's so much more to be done. So congratulations to all of us, and wishes all the best.
Thanks, Madan. So let me, since you already talked about 40 years and how things were different then, let me ask you a first question. Yes, SP has grown over the last 40 years, new programs, better infrastructure. I know also because of better infrastructure, our hostels were pathetic. Deeper industry relations, better partnerships, international. You knew SP when it was younger. So could you share maybe an interesting story or learning from your time on campus, which you feel has made an impact on you, shaped you today? Just any thoughts? Yes.
Yeah, so if I were to just close my eyes and see the images that come to my mind when I think of SPJN, 2-3 things stand out for me. One is the whole entrepreneurial energy that was there at the institute. And of course, Mumbai is probably the best place to be there for the entrepreneurial energy, right? And I was fascinated with Mumbai. I knew every street in Nariman Point like the back of my hand. And the institute itself was buzzing with so much of entrepreneurial energy, and led by the dean himself. Genesis of Meritrack, in a way, was in the project of what we did in the year 2, when a few of us got together to do an internet marketing project, and we were thinking of how do you find jobs on the net. And remember, this is 99, still very early days of the internet. So entrepreneur and entrepreneurial energy is one word that comes. Second is the social soul, the impact of the development soul. I still remember our DOCC, the Development of Corporate Citizenship Project, which
Madan, you're...
I will probably come back. There was a blip, so I'm on another device. No, I was just saying the DOCC.
Sorry, Pali, can you change the spotlight,
that
please?
We did brings back a lot of memories, because that kind of instilled the whole idea of the development sector, understanding the issues that happen there, and figuring out what we can do to make the world a better place. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. No, I think I'm coming back on the other device. So
maybe you'll have to mute one of them.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
This is always fun. And I like that, Madan, that, you have got 2 devices already connected. So Jayashree was good. She taught us some good lessons.
So, Madan, we can't hear you at all now.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, Pali, sorry, again, please switch. Yes, yeah. Madan, we were talking about DOCC and the projects.
DOCC
please.
And the whole social aspect. About how do you really bring back, how do you really think about social impact, and the various projects we did around the slums of Juhu, so on and so forth, kind of shaped me to who I am. And the last visual that I get is attending Gita Shibir, that Professor Dr. Shrikant had organized for us somewhere. I think, remember going outskirts of Mumbai to attend a camp. And the whole spiritual grounding that, listen, there's a lot more in life than just yourself. And the fact that you're a part of a larger universe. I think these are the 3 lessons that I remember so vividly when I think of the Institute. And of course, not to mention the wonderful batch, the fun we had with our professors. We still had our batch reunion last year, and we had a surprise visitor in the form of Professor Murthy, who took a class with us on the Trishul that he always used to draw on the board. I mean, these are memories that you'll go to grave with.
Fantastic. I think it'd be interesting for you to note that Gita Shibir has actually transformed into a course called Science of Spirituality. And there's another transformation called Journey to Self-Mastery. So that's still there. DOCC is still there. I think the mentoring slum children in Juhu probably transformed into Abhyuday somewhere. So next question, closer to your heart with what you're doing right now. So entrepreneurs create jobs, improves lives, find different solutions. Social entrepreneurs look at impact, not profit. You are a serial entrepreneur and many social ventures under your belt. I think the world needs more entrepreneur social. So what do you think is needed to encourage entrepreneurship? What's going on here?
I think I really like what Professor Mohammad Yunus once said. He said, you know, humans were not born to be employees. We were all born to be entrepreneurs. And I find that so true that you can be an entrepreneur even in a job, but I think that entrepreneurial thinking is a very critical component of has been a very critical component of my own life. And when you think entrepreneurially, you will obviously create ventures, ideas will come to shape, so on and so forth. So my thought is that B schools like SPJIMR and other B schools across the country and the world must really inculcate entrepreneurial thinking and ensure that the job seeker mentality is kind of erased, but a creation mentality. And I'm not saying everybody has to be an entrepreneur, but there is an entrepreneurial idea that lurks within each one of us. And how do you bring it to shape? The second aspect of this is that a lot of people, when we sold Meritrack to Manipal, asked me how the life on the other side was when I moved to the development world, and I struggled with that answer for a few years. And I realized that the world is not cleaved into social enterprises and enterprises, but I think the world is cleaved into enterprises and anti-social enterprises. So in my worldview, every enterprise has to be a social enterprise in that sense, that the purpose for which you're forming the enterprise is much beyond you, money, profitability, etc. All that is important. But if you embed the purpose deep into its soul, every enterprise will and must become a social enterprise, resulting in an impact in some form or the other. So I think for all of us out there, it is possible to operate at the intersection of doing good, feeling good, and making good money. It's hard to find that intersection, but it is there, and that's what my journey is. The second learning is that you know, as the African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go further, go together. So my other learning over the last few years is that if you want to achieve larger impact, the only way to do it is through collaborative effort. And collaborative effort means bringing all stakeholders together, trying to figure out how to get things going. So the learning really is, you know, just go out there, learn from whatever is happening, figure out where you can lend your shoulder to the wheel, start looking at what difference can we make out there, and the entrepreneur in you will emerge at some point of time or the other. My dream is that I wish to see a day when 100% of the batch at SP goes on to start off entrepreneurial ventures. And of course, the INSTI has to play a huge role in supporting that. And there have been many initiatives in the last few years around that. Yeah.
Thank you, Madan. I think very powerful thoughts. This whole thing of, you know, moving away from a job seeking mindset is a tough one, honestly. But yeah, it's a process, a journey. And I think what you said, that every entrepreneur, any venture has to have a purpose. That's an important one. We have a few minutes, so I'm going to trouble you a little bit. Let's have a bit of a rapid fire round. We have students and alumni, and it's going live on Facebook. So we have a whole lot of other people coming in beyond this Zoom. One sentence advice for the fence sitter entrepreneurs in our community to push them either side.
Just follow your heart. I think if you not, just expand that a bit beyond the sentence, in that not everything is based on data, not everything is based on the right time. You just need to follow your intuition, your gut, your heart, and things will pan out. And nobody can predict the future. Just play the game and see where it leads you to.
Heart versus brain. Okay, that's another tough one. What advice would you give to your younger self?
Don't mess around with your hair too much.
The hair.
Because I lost a lot of it early on.
Okay. I'm sure many students here would be looking at it very seriously. Quick one. What makes you sleep well at night?
I think the smile I see on the faces of people we touch. We do. I interact with a lot of young people whom we work with in rural India, and a conversation of just 5 minutes is good enough for me to say this was a day worth living. Right. So that's what drives me, and that's what gives me a fantastic sleep to the night.
Fantastic. Last question, because I know most entrepreneurs think about this. What is work-life balance for an entrepreneur? Quick answer on that. Does it even exist?
No, for me, there's no work, there's no life. It's all a seamless continuum. I don't work, or I work all the day. And the beauty of it is, the moment you are in that space, everything balances up.
That's yeah. I think we'll take that. Mother, it's always a pleasure. We could go on talking. There's so much more to learn from you, but yes, we have a tightly scheduled event today. So like I said, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, and we hope to keep bringing you back on campus. Thanks again. Vinita, back to you. I believe you're planning to take all of us down the memory lane.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ritika. And thank you, Madan. That was very nice. So nice to have you. Such a pleasant conversation. So as you all might have, you already know, obviously, that we have been running a recent campaign called hashtag 40 years of SPJIMR. The idea was to collect photos and memories of our institute and share it with one another. For this, we went to the library. Thank you to everybody in the library to scan old photos, requested all of our SPJIMR family members to share theirs, and they did. Another important purpose of this campaign was to showcase that we are a legacy institute with strong foundations, which grew and evolved into one of the top ranked business schools in India with its own original place in the sun. So let us take you through the 40 years of SPJIMR. This is not, exhaustive. But what is history if not a gallery of pictures?
What a lovely video, Vinita. I must say, I got goosebumps. In fact, I have a request. If you can please share the link with us, we'd love to send it to all our alumni. I can imagine all of them feeling extremely, it's very heartwarming, honestly. So, and also like to thank and kudos to the Central Communication team. It must have been tough. So they really pulled it off so well. So congratulations and a great job. The next segment also resonates a bit close to heart. We were searching for a theme that would put us in a bit of a reflective mood about our institute. And questions that emerged were really around what makes SPJIMR. What is the essence of our institute? What defines us? And this segment is an attempt to understand this presence of SPJIMR. And what better way to ask students and alumni from different programs on how do they see the institute from their unique perspective. So on that, I'd like to, let's hear first from Shashank Mishra, a student of PGDM. He loves writing poems and penning down deep thoughts onto paper, and we hope to one day see him as a serious blogger. Shashank.
So good evening, everyone. As some of you may already know, Abhyudaya gives PGDM students a chance to mentor children from underprivileged backgrounds, whom we called Sitaras. When I started Abhyudaya, I thought I'll add value to in Sitara's life, contribute to his growth. But as I look back on this beautiful journey, I realized there was so much more to it. It helped me shape my own growth too. I would like to bring in two aspects here. One, where I believe I have contributed to his growth, and other, where I witnessed myself growing. Sitaras have their own set of challenges, working against odds with limited resources. I believe my Sitara gained a sense of confidence in both knowledge and skill. He understood his responsibility towards the family. But as I reflect further, I realize I also learned from his motivation and a zeal to learn. My Sitara always challenged me and brought in different perspectives to the table. I learned to be more empathetic, more adaptable, while also improving on my listening skills. Perhaps even develop more patience. I learned how motivating words can make a difference to someone. Yes, truly there is something very special about SPJIMR, which distinguishes it from other B schools. To grow not only as a manager, but also as a better human being, and to have the ability to see beyond the numbers, bringing down the human aspects and to make a difference to the society. I take absolute pride and speak with courage in heart. I am SPJIMR.
Wow, that's a beautiful perspective, Shashank, about creating managers who also think about the society. In fact, you were able to capture the very spirit of one of our mission statements, that is value-based leadership. So thank you on that. Next, we'll hear from Ashish Malik. He's a PGPM student, batch of 2021. Considers himself an orator, recently started writing poetry, which some faculty would agree makes the end of sessions quite an event. So Ashish.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, ma'am. We recently finished our innovation and design thinking course, and I thought it would be a good idea to bring that aspect of SPJIMR in today. I believe that design thinking is a human-centered approach to innovation, and it requires some toolkit to integrate the needs of people, the possibilities of technology, and the requirement of business success. I feel proud to share that according to 2017 Gartner report, our institute, SPJIMR, features in one of the top institutes globally that have introduced design thinking in the curriculum. And it made me wonder, is it only a course that SPJIMR has introduced, or has the institute demonstrated innovation and human-centric design thinking in the last 40 years? Looking back, I realized that the innovation was even there before DT was rolled out in January 2016 to 240 participants of PGDM program. The institute has demonstrated this approach, this ability to understand human behavior and to innovate with courage. Initiatives like rural projects, Abhyudaya, courses like Science of Spirituality, and the MPW program for returning women are all examples of innovations SPJIMR has demonstrated ahead of their times. Coming back to the current times, this course marks the beginning of a journey for all of us in our life, in which we embed design thinking in our own very mindset. Our batch has learned design thinking very effectively and are going to work on their ideas. I would sign off with a small poetry tribute to design thinking in SPJMR. SPJMR ने कुछ नया करने का ठाना, कन्वेंशनल अप्रोच को छोड़कर डिजाइन थिंकिंग को अपने करिकुलम में डाला, माइंडसेट किया चेंज, अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड थिंकिंग की ब्रॉड और इनोवेशन के इस फील्ड में अपने हर स्टूडेंट को उतार डाला। 2016 से लेके आज तक ना जाने कितने स्टूडेंट्स को डिजाइन थिंकिंग सिखाया, तभी तो SPJMR को इनोवेटिव बी स्कूल के नाम से सबने बुलाया। थैंक यू सो मच।
Wow, 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 Ashish. Lovely poem. In fact, I believe you do have a shot at a second career. Do look at that. But thank you for bringing this perspective. SPJMR has shown a lot of innovation in the past decades, very ahead of times. I'd like to now introduce Kripa, who's from PGP-DM program, batch 18. Those of you may not know, the participants in this program come from the social sector, either working in NGOs or CSR division of companies. Personally, she's evidently called the Jugaad Master because she seems to be able to solve the trickiest of things. Kripa.
Thank you, ma'am, and a lovely good evening to everyone. It's a privilege to be connected with the esteemed community of SPJMR today. To tell you a bit about myself, along with being a student with SPJIMR, I work with eVidyaloka, a not-for-profit edtech social organization, and head the operations for platform initiatives. I'm also a teacher at heart, a wife, and a mother to a 4-year-old. I've been in the social space for almost a decade now, focusing on educational demands of our country. While working closely with communities to enable quality learning for children in rural India, I always wondered, how can I maximize my efforts and deepen the impact? This SPJIMR program has empowered me and the rest of our batch towards achieving our vision. The program acts as a true catalyst, enabling each one of us to amplify the outcomes in our respective fields. I think this program defines some of the values of SPJIMR. It supports us in our endeavor to bridge the gap between our Bharat and India, to promote equity and bring inclusivity in our country for all. I truly appreciate the Institute for putting together such a program for professionals like me, teaching us the art and science of management and encouraging us to apply all that we learn to accelerate achieving what we aspire to do, that is deepening the impact through our work in the society. Thank you.
Lovely, Kripa. Thank you so much. PGPDM is actually one of my favorite programs on campus. I think the participants bring a different meaning to the word purpose, and you were able to see how the college and this program has helped you amplify. So thank you so much. Now I'll get the fourth speaker in this segment. But before that, I just want to say something. So SPJMR has two programs in executive management. There's PGEMP in Mumbai campus and PGPGM in the Delhi campus. So here I'm going to ask Arun Kumar, PGEMP batch 68, to join us. He's a program manager at L&T, and he's supposedly a go-getter and seems to be able to handle the most complex assignments. Arun Kumar, all yours.
A very good evening to everyone. The experience of the PGMP in SPJMR has been really very enriching. Yes, this course has sculptured us for taking the global leadership positions by bringing in multi-dimensional aspects what a global manager should have. And for instance, like the ethical dilemma situation, where how do we handle it? And the special mention is about the capstone project, which has been bringing all the learnings which we have gone through in the college and putting it on our own practices. This has helped us to change our perspective on how to approach the real-time problems and challenges which we face in the organizations. I believe that this has a real link with the SPJMR's mission statement, that is influencing the practice and through the program what SPJMR conducts. And further, I have really benefited with the unique blend of aspects which the SPJMR has put in the PGMP program, and that has brought in like the IQ, the emotional quotient, and the spiritual quotient. This helps in decision making, both in my personal and also in the professional life. I truly appreciate the time which I spent in SPJMR, and it has given a very memorable chapter in my life, and it's an evergreen chapter. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Vinita, you want to? Yeah.
You can continue, Ratika.
No, please.
Okay, all right. So the next one, so I was having some trouble actually with my computer, and that's why I had to switch. So, you know, there is a program that has already been mentioned twice in the program today, which is PGMPW. Sesha sir mentioned it, and then Ashish mentioned again. So our next speaker is Nishita from PGMPW. She's a young mother, and she'll tell us more about herself.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nishita Rao, and I joined the MPW program after taking a 4.5-year career break. So as you would have expected, my priorities had changed. The world had moved on, and technologies had advanced multifold. I had very little idea of what was relevant for me on my journey ahead. Now imagine how scary it was for me to get back to the life of an MBA student. Not only did I have to get back to new knowledge and new skill sets, I had to make sense of my own self in this seemingly different world. And this is where I truly appreciate the presence of our mentors. Our program introduced us to our industry mentors who carve out time from their busy schedules to train and guide us. I'm sure you're thinking, wow, what a wonderful opportunity to network with the who's who. But for us, trust me, it goes way beyond that. Through our interactions, we get to observe and learn soft skills. We get an opportunity to understand and discuss current trends such as digital transformation, their views on global economic impact, or just business opportunities in startups. But most importantly, our mentors understand the fact that we were on a break. They respect our decision and encourage us to get moving. They share their inspiring journeys with us. We understand how to deal with ups and downs in our career, and we're able to connect with each other on a very basic human level. I believe SPJIMR brings a certain deep understanding of what their participants need. And this mentorship program has been one of the most critical aspects of our growth. We truly appreciate SPJIMR for giving us this opportunity. Thank you.
And it's a lovely way you speak. Now, the next speakers are actually joining us from Netherlands. And we have Divya and Bhuvnesh, who are a couple who met on campus, and they are right now in Amsterdam on a lovely spring morning on a Saturday joining us. Over to you, Bhuvnesh.
Thank you, ma'am. And good evening to the SPJIMR community. I started my journey with SPJIMR GMP program 6 years ago. And as part of the program, later I moved to international immersion in the Netherlands. After completion of my studies, I started to live in the Netherlands, and my role today requires me to interact across cultures. So GMP program helped me to realize the importance of understanding cultures and the role it plays in successful discussion or negotiation. I believe SPJIMR exposed me to a multicultural environment on campus with the right knowledge and skills for the future. Building on, I find myself on a path to success, and I fondly look back and appreciate my days on SPJIMR campus.
Hello, everyone. Me and Bhuvnesh are batchmates. Though I had a different journey, I would like to use this moment to reflect that last 6 years have been a roller coaster ride for me. After GMP, I continued international MBA in Germany. And after graduating, I joined the leadership program of Linde. As part of my job, I have been relocated 3 times to different countries. When someone asks me, was it easy? Definitely not, because every new move came with a new challenge. But very first step I took with GMP became a guiding light in every move that I made, and also helped me build a global career. Another fond memory I would like to share with you all, that PG Lab not only helped me understand myself better, but it also became from my journey to our journey since I met Bhuvnesh as a life partner there. So I really thank SPJMR for your lifelong learnings. Thank you all.
Yes, and so lovely of you to join us today. And you both look perfect for each other. Thank you. Now we have a student from the FMB program, FMB 27, Shiv Sanganeria, and he is known to be teacher's favorite. We'll find out why. Shiv?
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. I'm Shiv Sanganeria from FMB batch 27. It is my pleasure to be addressing you all today. SPJMR is one of the most important parts of my life. The day I joined SPJMR, I had only one thing in my mind, that this could be my last formal education and I would need to make the most out of it. If you guys want to know, my first day at FMB was that I was discussing business for 3 hours in the morning from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. in a men's washroom with someone who I've only met once, though he's a good friend of mine now. This can happen only at SPJMR. The amazing faculty and the amazingly beautifully designed course structure are the highlights. I am about to complete my course and have answers to the questions in my mind. SPJMR's FMB has helped me build a strong bridge between me and my dad regarding business management and has given us a professional outlook. Trust me, it is not easy for a 25-year-old to make his dad understand, who has also been running the business for the past 40-50 years, that it can be done in a better way. SPJMR's care and support for their students and their mentors is uncommon and immense. Other institutes all over the world can help you grow, but SPJMR FMB has helped me, my father and my family grow along. I am glad to be part of SPJMR family and I would like to carry the legacy throughout my life. We have been given only a 2-minute window to express a lifelong feeling for SPJMR. Hence, I would like to end my speech here. Thank you, everyone. Be safe.
Thank you, Shiv, but it was a lovely speech and I'm sure your father is very proud of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so let's bring in Mansi Mahansaria from the GYB 2015 program. She is a founder, she's an entrepreneur of Just Deliveries. So let's hear from Mansi.
Hi, thank you very much. Good evening, SPJMR community. Thank you, Professor Ritika. I started my journey with SPJMR in 2015, the same year that I launched my business. And it's been a beautiful, beautiful 5-year journey. My program was Grow Your Business, which lasted for 3 months. And I never expected that it would be a lifetime relationship with this institute. Till date, every professor, is so clued in with the alumni. At every conference, at every event that may be of interest to me for logistics, the professors reach out. There are emails from Professor Rao coming to us twice, thrice a week, letting us know of various initiatives for startups, various initiatives for the industry. There are WhatsApp groups created where alumni can network and grow together. So I'm so grateful because I'm very impressed with how much the Institute cares for the alumni way beyond the program. My programs got over 5-6 years back. But for me, SPJMR is a friend, is somebody who was invested in my growth even after my program. And I must say it's a two-way journey because even I, as an ex-student, equally reciprocate. We hire interns, summer interns from the Institute. I'm always available to give talks to the students on my entrepreneurial journey. And it's absolutely beautiful relationship, which goes on way beyond the program. So thank you so much for the Institute. Thank you so much to the professors.
Mansi, this is such a lovely message you just told us, and I'm sure our Professor Gore and the alumni team is very happy to hear about it as well. So please stay connected, and it's lovely to have you back in the program as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now let us hear from one more person, not a student or alumni or a faculty, but a staff member. So you can see Jayashree is unmuting herself. She has, look at her. Can you tell that she's almost completing 25 years at SPJMR? Jayashree Thampi, welcome. So you take care of all our IT needs. We want to hear from you. What changes you have seen in your career?
Yeah, that's nice. So first and foremost, ma'am, I must congratulate you and your team, ma'am, and everyone who have contributed for the amazing digital campaign this special day and infusing the enthusiasm and nostalgia to all our SP Jammer family. Speaking of SP Jammer family, I recollected how this name was chosen as an email group ID on the rectangle gray color table of our old computer center. Seeing the old pictures of our computer center and the many classic ones you managed to source brought back loads of wonderful memories, ma'am. I so clearly remember our small server room with just 2 servers and a lab of 30-odd computers in glass partitioned rooms, which was named Bay 1, 2, and 3. And students those days had to book their time slots for using those PCs. Isn't it interesting? So other thing that came to my mind was, you remember, I mean, initially when we started, we just had a single dial-up internet connection PC, where very few computer savvy faculty members of those days would come to check their emails. Of course, this was in 97, 98, almost 24 years back. It's been a long, wonderful journey. Well, as you said, this is my 25th year at this great institute, and I feel extremely grateful and privileged to be part of this growth journey. Amidst the many accolades, there have been many firsts as well. We were one of the first few institutes to do a hostel computerization in 1999, where every hostel room had a desktop PC. We were also the first to implement library computerization in early 2000, incorporating some significant customization in the in the software package of, integrating auto email feature for booking your books, timely reminders of issue returns, and the barcode tracking. Another thing that comes to my mind, so many things are just flashing in my mind. I could just go on and on. The video conferencing solution was in place since 2003, where we could facilitate eminent faculty members from renowned universities speak to our students. In fact, we had a very popular faculty, Dr. Lakshmi Mohan, teach her entire course to our PGDM and PGEMP program once when she couldn't visit India for some reason. It's just, so yes, we have come a long way with our campus now on a strong backbone of giga speed network, spread across with more than 4,000 node points, multiple internet service providers as backup and failover, firewall, controller-based Wi-Fi, customized policy, catering to the institute's specific requirements. Our management and faculty have been instrumental in implementing and adapting to the latest technology, I must say this. And the year 2020 has been very unusual and dynamic in many ways. The quick change of mode in operation and functioning from the offline to online for almost every activity since the first lockdown in March 2020 would not have been possible if not for the collective and never dying spirit of our faculty, staff, and students. We were all in it together, each one trying to help each other in their own way. Being in nostalgic mode, I may go on and on. So without taking any further time, I would simply want to wish the best always for our institute, for our SP Jammer family and our esteemed faculty, staff, and of course our students past and present. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jayashree. It's always good to hear from you and you speak from your heart. And I must also say that we were, I'm relatively new in the institute, but we have seen and we've heard and we see so many new things happening. And also we were the first institute to go online with our digital classes very early on. And we have really not, missed any time when we started getting online due to the lockdown. So thank you and the team and all the faculty involved in this as well. So now I think we are coming to the end of the program. We have done very well on time. So we said we promised 1 hour. But before we go, there is a little virtual tour of the campus that we have planned now that we are not there today. So we can at least see it in its full glory here. So this video was put together, as you could see, by the Tasveer Club, especially by Devapriya Paul, Saurabh Avasare, and Amritesh Srivastava from that club. 3 of them put it together in the last week. It was an idea I had, and they really made such a beautiful thing out of it. We are going to share both of these videos, which we showed you today in the program, on our social media handles, and we'll also put it on YouTube, which Ratika and the alumni team can then share with the alumni as well, perhaps. So this brings us to the end. I want to thank you, everybody, for joining us today. A special shout out and thanks to Professor Abbas Ali Gabula and Professor Renuka Kamath for being part of the organizing team and helping, guiding us every step of the way. Professor Ratika Gore was my partner all along. So it was wonderful to work on this. Thanks again, Jai Shri Thampi and the comms team of Kaushik Pali and Ishita. Stay safe, everyone. And I am SPJIMR.
Thanks, Vinita. It was fantastic. Yeah, lovely working with you. And thanks to all the speakers who came in from, I think we really troubled them a lot, but it was lovely. Thanks. Thanks all, everyone. Thanks for all the alumni who've been here. It's so lovely to see you.
Thank you.